I no longer feel as you do. This cloud which I see beneath me, this blackness and gravity at which I laugh, this is your thundercloud. I'm standing up on the mountain peaks and I'm looking down and I see this blackness. And you're looking up and you're seeing rain and blackness in the sky. I look down. You look up when you feel the need for elevation. You look up to the mountain peaks. And I look down because I am elevated. Who among you can laugh and be elevated at the same time? Pause there for a second. How much laughter is laughter over farts and stuff like that, or dancing monkeys with big penises that get sent to you on your cell phone and stuff like that? How much laughter is over that kind of crap? And how much laughter is over a good turn of phrase? Just a thought. Whoever climbs the highest mountains laughs at all tragic plays and tragic seriousness. Brave, unconcerned, mocking, violent, thus wisdom wants us. She is a woman and always loves only a warrior. Wisdom loves warriors and wants men. Wisdom will come to you only if wisdom wants people who are brave, unconcerned, mocking, violent. You say to me, life is hard to bear, but why would you have your pride in the morning and your resignation in the evening? Life is hard to bear, but do not act so tenderly. We are all of us fair beasts of burden, male and female asses. What do we have in common with the rosebud, which trembles because a drop of dew lies on it? Is there anything we have in common with something so delicate as a rosebud that just a drop of dew can make it tremble? True, we love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. There is always some madness in love, but there is always some reason in madness. Not really true. There is some madness that is completely unreasonable. And to me too, as I am well disposed toward life, butterflies and soap bubbles and whatever among men is of their kind seem to know most about happiness. What happened there? Let me do that again. And to me too, as I am well disposed toward life, butterflies and soap bubbles and whatever among men is of their kind seem to know most about happiness. So let me try it a third time here. And to me too, as I am well disposed toward life, butterflies and soap bubbles and whatever among men is of their kind seem to know most about happiness. Now, I just read that 4 times over and I don't know what the hell he is saying. So I leave it with you. Seeing these light, foolish, delicate, mobile little souls flutter, that seduces Zarathustra to tears and songs. Induces him to tears and singing even. Now, when does sorrow make you want to sing? Singing is usually not quite with sorrow. I would believe only in a God who could dance. Must clap at that one. That's one of his greatest lines. I would believe only in a God who could dance. Now, I don't know what the hell it means. What is a God and what would dancing mean? But I can't believe in any other type of God. Your gods, can he dance? All right, tell me more. If he can dance, go ahead and tell me more. We might have something. And when I saw my devil, I found him serious, thorough, profound, and solemn. It was the spirit of gravity. Through him all things fall. So the worst thing for him was a spirit of seriousness and profoundness and solemnity. The best thing is to dance. Not by wrath does one kill, but by laughter. Come, let us kill the spirit of gravity. So we're not going to go to war with the spirit of gravity. We'll just laugh it into its grave. Not by wrath does one kill, but by laughter. That's true even in trying to destroy the spirit of somebody. The best way to do is laugh and mock at them. And even if they retain something inside their own soul that says these people are wrong to do this, the laughter and the mockery will drive them into shame within those bounds, wherever they're laughed or mocked. Laughter does kill, and wrath can kill, but if you don't succeed in killing, you may strengthen your opponent. As Machiavelli said, when you strike at your opponent, make it a strong enough strike so that he won't come back for revenge. I have learned to walk ever since I let myself run. I have learned to fly ever since I do not want to be pushed before moving along. Now I am light, now I fly, now I see myself beneath myself. Now a god dances through me. Thus spoke Zarathustra. A god dances through me. Okay, on the tree, on the mountainside. Zarathustra's eyes had noted that a youth avoided him. And one evening, as he walked alone through the mountains surrounding the town, which is called the Motley Cow, behold, on his walk he found this youth as he sat leaning against a tree, looking warily into the valley. Zarathustra gripped the tree under which the youth was sitting and spoke thus: "If I wanted to shake this tree with my hands, I should not be able to do it. But the wind, which we do not see, tortures and bends it, whatever direction it pleases. It is by invisible hands that we are bent and tortured the worst." Interesting, right? That you don't see the wind and it can move a tree, and your hands, which we can see, cannot. Interesting at the best. Then the youth got up in consternation and said, "I hear Zarathustra, and just now I was thinking of him." Zarathustra replied, "Why should that frighten you? But it is with man as it is with the tree. The more he aspires to the height and light, the more strongly do his roots strive earthward, downward, into the dark, the deep, the evil." So it's true, the taller a tree gets, the more its roots go down. It goes from the ground level. The seed goes down in this direction, and the tree goes up. And the taller it wants to get, the deeper it has to go. Pretty good metaphor, ladies and gentlemen. Mankind is like that. If you want to be tall, you've got to go deep. "Yes, into evil," cried the youth. "How is it possible that you discovered my soul?" Zarathustra smiled and said, "Some souls one will never discover unless one invents them first." Does that mean he invented the soul that the boy... "Yes, into evil," the youth cried once more. "You have spoken the truth, Zarathustra. I no longer trust myself, since I aspire to the height, and nobody trusts me anymore. How did this happen? I change too fast. My today refutes my yesterday. I often skip steps when I climb." I do that running upstairs. Just skip over them. "No step forgives me that. When I am at the top, I always find myself alone. Nobody speaks to me." This is the inspirational bit, isn't it? That's the good part of Nietzsche. That's the interesting part right there of the reason Ayn Rand and the reason a lot of objectivists find Nietzsche so inspiring. Because it is a lonely, lonely world when everybody else is worried about Britney Spears and you're worried about whatever, justice or Islam or socialism or taxes. And they're like, "Why are you always so serious?" And they are only gravity. They are only on the earth. They aren't up high in the clouds. They aren't flying. And the people who are up at the top are always lonely because everybody else is not up there. "Nobody speaks to me. The frost of loneliness makes me shiver. What do I want up high? My contempt and my longing grow at the same time." Now, what do you want if you've put yourself up high? You're lonely, but would you trade that loneliness for the averageness of being down below and not even being aware that the heights exist? Okay, let's continue. "The higher I climb, the more I despise the climber. What does he want up high? How ashamed I am of my climbing and stumbling. How I mock at my violent panting. How I hate the flyer," the person who flies. "How weary I am up high." Here the youth stopped, and Zarathustra contemplated the tree beside which they stood and spoke thus: "This tree stands lonely here in the mountains. It grew high above man and beast.